think he's looking at us. Yes, he was looking at us to get us underway, the umpire. Thank you very much. I think, is that Mitch?
Yeah, that is Mitch.
Good on you, Mitch. Thank you very much. We're about to get underway here. Liam Vertigan, Lockie Shorey, Cam Hutchison joining us, or joining you for Division 1 football here. Berwick Springs between Healesville, and we are underway. Winning the ruck tap was Berwick Springs, but we've got a free kick paid by the non-officiating umpire in Carroll, and it'll be going the way of Berwick Springs, and I'll have the first use of the football. They'll wheel around to the outer side, where there's a little bit of a wind blowing, going through the hands of Simonson there. Ball's fisted towards the boundary line, and tucking the footy hard there was Faldry for Healesville. Handball came to Donkin. He was tackled straight away, and umpire has found a free kick for Holden. It'll go the way of Healesville, and it'll be taken by Sean Donkin. Played on straight away. His kick went underground. It was a bit of a grubby old kick. It comes to the outer side. Muke picked up the footy, kicks it, and he's turned it over straight away. Berwick Springs will have a chance to have a go now. Strong overhead mark, nearly taken there by, that was a number 42, I think. We don't have a 42, so we'll try and chase that one down. Ball's on the outer side. Healesville will have the first chance to go inside forward 50, and a mark has been taken here strongly out in front. If you could just turn a little bit, sir, it would be nice. You have. It's Max Donegan who's taken the mark.
Max Donegan, best on ground in the pre-season Valley Vicious game that raised awareness and much needed funds for Rett syndrome. Talented football areas.
I've got to get out to one of those games, Lock, but they always clash with my cricket games, unfortunately. It's a magnificent cause, and Lee Lawrence does a magnificent job as Donegan's on his approach. His kick's on the way. My golly gosh, it's a floater, but it's come off.
I don't even know what that was.
Oh, dearie me.
By Anderson, if I'm not mistaken, with the long wavy hair and the headband around his head. I can't turn to your left, son. I've got to see your number. We'll run with Anderson anyway.
You'll run with you'll run with Anderson, Lock. Go on, call it through.
Tell us a bloke this one. 16-year-old Anderson. He's coming in for the kick, and I think, I can hear the crowd cheering. He's put that one through the middle. That's the first goal on the board for Healesville. So Healesville 1-0-6 to leading the Titans yet to score.
Good calling there, Rock. That'll get you away. You're up and about already. Good to see. 2 minutes gone on the clock. Early blood.
Having a go.
Having a go. Having fun. It's the main thing. Did you get number 21, Cam?
Damon Hutchison just gone from 81 to 21. Been promoted 60 places.
Gee whiz. Lucky you. Well, must be the last name.
Nothing to do with
some sort
me.
of lead connection anyway.
None at all.
All back in the middle. Umpire Carroll will get us back underway. Tapped out that time by Christelli Kelty. And a free kick has been paid. No, you'll have a secondary bounce, or ball up I should say. Both ruckmen fighting a little bit of a duel once again. Christelli Kelty, he got the tap out, or Khalidi I should say, got the tap out. Ball's travelling to that outer side. There's a little bit of a wind favouring that side of the ground. Umpire has paid a sling tackle, advantage paid. Titans go inside forward 50, and a strong mark taken on the lead there by Caden Baselli. And he should go back and have a shot there deep in the pocket. Kicking to the, could say the freeway end even. It's around there somewhere, the freeway. There's a little bit of hair going on behind the back.
There is.
Of play there that happened
up around the 50.
Happened in the reserves game that Lockie controlled very well, I thought, at half-time.
Yep.
I think he could set.
Baselli's on his approach, and Cam's had to drop the headset again and wander off. Baselli's kick is on the way, and he's kicked that through for, he's muted. He's kicked that through for a behind, and Berwick Springs are away for the afternoon. One behind, plays one straight. So we've gone 3.5, or actually 4 minutes in the first quarter. Donkin thunders the ball out of full back to outside the 50. Muke is the first one there with Anderson. The ball's trickling towards the boundary line. Anderson tried to tap it to his own advantage, couldn't really do so. And now Berwick Springs try and loosen the ball up. They bring the ball out. Cracking smother there off the boot came from Ballingal of
Balingal.
Thank you, Lockie. Of Healesville, but I've got to get these names wrong, Lock. You know this.
Yeah, right.
Easy. Actually, Balingal's the one coming from the ground, I should say. He's the one in the hands of the trainers there after the little scuffle. So a casualty early for the men of Healesville. As there's a little bit of a push and a shove still happening around play.
Just get on with it, boys.
Lockie just...
They're waiting for the player to be taken out of the vicinity, Lachlan.
So
Upway have jumped out of the box on Monbulk here. They're 2-1-13, leading Monbulk yet to score.
Oh, jeez. Plays restarted. Both ruckmen fired a bit of a draw there. I reckon no one got the decisive tap down, although Berwick Springs will hug the boundary line. And I reckon I'll finally give Cam a crack to call a piece of play here. 5.5 minutes gone where it's a 5-point lead.
You don't need to do that.
Oh, well, I'd like you to.
Oh, good tap down in front by Healesville. Rover couldn't take the ball and it's in the hands of Berwick. That's a magnificent smother there from Healesville. Gets the ball back up towards the wing, but Berwick Springs do have the numbers. They're chipping the ball in instead of just flying long. It's out towards the boundary line and the Berwick Springs bench there. Good dodging and weaving effort there by Berwick Springs. Got a player on him board and taking that mark is Morris. Morris looks to play onto his left foot there, but his kick has been intercepted here by Dale Senior from Healesville, and they're away quickly through the middle there.
They are indeed, Cam. They bring the ball to about dead centre wing. The mark has been taken by Gerbert. He plays on, gets within 45, has a shot on goal. The wing swims it back and he's kicked it. Sadly, Gerbert has kicked the second for Healesville on the afternoon. They jump out to an 11-point lead with a little over 6 minutes gone here in the first quarter. End-to-end stuff. Started at half-back. They brought it to the centre wing, and that was a quality piece of play. And that kick on goal started at about a 3.5 goal post line and swung back beautifully. And that is quality football there from the Bloods.
It's intercept mark taken and attack directly down the centre of the ground there. Quickest way home, Liam.
Quality football indeed. That's a start they'd like. They need to get another win on the board. Do Healesville, and they're doing themselves some good favours early, getting a start. As the ball's back in the middle, tapped down by Christelli Kelty. Ball fighting in the middle. The umpire has called for it and will have a ball up. Umpire Carroll gets it back going once again. Tap out that time. That was done by Hutchison. Big high up and under pass was no good. Didn't really do anyone any favours. Still hovering around that middle part of the ground, although there's a rolling, tumbling punt forward. Here's another shot on goal for Healesville. It's a floater, but I tell you what, Matt Cullett's put through Healesville's third, and with 7.5 minutes gone in the first quarter, they've jumped out of the blocks to a 17-point lead. 3 straight 18 plays. Berwick Springs, one straight. I've analysed that as a wrong player. Dylan Snrs, that one. Sissons. That's him. My apologies.
Never mind.
Getting too excited. Anyway, the score's correct. 3 straight 18. One behind. 8 minutes gone. Sissons with the goal. Sorry, Dylan. Got you wrong. Weren't on the list. Ball back in the air. Fell between both ruckman. Umpire has called a block. It'll go the way of the hyphen.
Castelli Khalidi.
Thank you very much, Lockie. Handball's off. Here's Donkin. Donkin's kick's good. He's found a teammate. Mark has been taken by the captain in Plaza. Plaza's kick is also good. They're just getting a little bit of uncontested football here, and the underground pass was a bullet, and Anderson's taken the mark. And I'll tell you what, Lock, could be very... Is it usually the scoring end to the right of screen or the right end of the ground?
Well, there's no win, so I'm not really inclined to say much on that one, to be honest, but I guess we'll just find out as the day goes.
Oh, you're allowed to be inclined, mate. You're doing special comments with a little bit of play-by-play, so you can be honest. Anderson's on his approach for his second. The kick is on the way. I think it's just... Kick. Oh, I'll tell you what, it looks like it was going to blow right, but then it blew left. Anderson's kicked his second of the afternoon. And I'll tell you what, they've kicked 4 in 9 minutes, and this is a very good start for the Bloods. 4 straight 24. Berwick Springs, 1 behind. 9 minutes gone, first quarter. Out of race football netball league game of the afternoon on Yarra Valley FM.
Just a beautiful touch of play there by Anderson. Obviously, that's brought up his second goal. He's only 16 years old, for goodness sake, and he's playing senior football. Nominated last year as one of my Box Hill Institute Young Guns of 2021, so obviously a rising star of our competition.
Lockie Shaw on the special comments this afternoon. Hope you're enjoying the coverage so far. Kick out wide. did bounce in front of Hocking. He couldn't quite get control of the football. This is one of the rare times I could actually see the whole ground and without being obstructed by any sort of view. That's a clever tap on. Lockie, you're in my shoes for a change. Mark taken on the outer side by Morris, although I am leaning a little bit to try and see. Morris goes to the outer side and he's found Hocking. Now I can't see. I'm struggling a little bit here. Hocking will have to go short, will he? No, he hasn't played on yet. He's told to go. Wheels around to his right. It is a little bit funny, look. Kicks to the 50. Went through 3 sets of hands. Duncan, been busy early, got the quick kick away, went through the hand of Warland. Warland eventually got it, kicks inside 450, but Duncan there. Yeah, that's a mark. Good decision there. It's about his 5th touch so far, Duncan. He goes to the interchange side of the ground. Went through a couple of sets of hands. Comes to ground. Plaza, the captain, is there. Harassed by Malik of Berwick Springs. And now they're out on the outer side and going for a run as Ennis Buke. He's already had a bounce. Have 2, son. Keep going. Have a 3rd. Although he could have been confronted. Kick to about 20 out was no good. Being cut off. Last line of defence sort of stuff there by Berwick Springs. They might just have to try and control the football a little bit here to stem the flow that Healesville have got out to early. We know that Gembrook kicked 8 in the first quarter last week and the game was eventually a draw. Here's Kurza on the outer side. He'll bring the ball back in ball. This is good control of the football, although that kick was a little bit dangerous. Mark has been taken by Hutchison. Hutchison again short onto the cricket pitch area. Finds Barker. Barker's kick is a grubber, and they'll eventually go inside forward 50. Kicks through, a little bit of holding going on there. Yep. Umpires found it too. Good umpiring. Mark's free kick, so be taken by Methven. His kick's good. Mark has been taken by Amaranth, who's been in the best an awful lot this year for the Blood so far in season 2022. Ball has been crunched in. Crunching tackle. Umpire pays hold on the ball. Free kick to go the way of the Titans. One player very slow to get up. I'd imagine the trainers will run out to him at the moment. But that kick's been cut off. Methven's dropped what he should have taken. He gets the handball back and he gave the handball over the top to Mansfield. Mansfield's handball went to Amaranth. Amaranth got a handball away to Methven. And Methven found the boundary line. And the ball's gone out of bounds. And we've got a little bit of hello, how you going? Going on once again right in front of our commentary there. A little bit of push and shove. And how you going as Lockie's just changed spots in the commentary box. Oh, we've got a yellow card. We've got a yellow card, and Corey Green for Berwick Springs has been shown the way by umpire Carroll.
He's a new recruit this year. He's come from Wayne Ryan over the last year, so I don't think his coach is going to be too happy with him early on.
Umpire Carroll just taking the number of the Healesville player. It's Jason Mansfield. We're in the 51. Gee, it's been an explosive start to this game. Corey Green has made his way off the ground. Mansfield will take the free kick right in front of us here, literally.
Good umpiring, my friend.
Lockie Shaw obviously keeping his allegiance to the umpires right where it is, as he is one of our local umpires himself. So it's a floater down the line from Mansfield, doesn't really come off. It went through the hands of the hyphen, Christelli Khalidi. And umpire has found another free kick, this time going the way of Berwick Springs. They come away through the highway, down the line. That's going to have to come back. Free kick going the way of the Titans. So we need a goal, Lockie.
They certainly do. They're still yet to kick one, but, you know, considering the fact we're only 6.5 minutes on gone in the first quarter. Back in play now, Healesville. He's kicked it long up towards half forward. He's looking for a mark. Caselli's there. There's cut off by Healesville, no mark there. Taken, scrapping for the footy. We've got a loose footy. But the ball's being called up by Bernie Carroll. He's asked for a ball.
So, go on, look. Sorry, look.
No, you're right. So it's Khalidi and Biselli, I think, that was in the ruck. Well, they might have been pushing it back, but no, I reckon Carroll's going to call for a ball up again, and he certainly will. So just a bit of congested footy, which is not really my type, but we've just got to get it out. Christelli Khalidi, taking it out back to Owsley, who's just a ball magnet, I think. Over the heels, and that's Anderson, who's gone up to half back. And tackled immediately by Berwick Springs, and Carroll has called for a sling.
He had a sorry, look, already had a few sling tackles paid so far this quarter. There's a level of spice to this game. Obviously, for many that would be listening, we're on an audio visual here. You can't actually see what's going on, but if you're actually watching the live stream, there's actually an awful lot of spirit played between these two. Mark taken on the outer side here by Sissons. He's already kicked a goal this afternoon, one of the 4 as we're approaching 15 gone. A little bit of a lull in proceedings. So ball, big fly out the back, could have been in the back there against Delves, but none coming toward us. A flying shot on goal from Healesville, 3 from behind. There's their first blemish of the afternoon. 4-1, 25 to 1 behind. 15 minutes gone, first quarter. Berwick Springs, can they get the next or at least control the footy for a couple of minutes? It's what they need to do. 4th versus 5th. Division 1 football on a Saturday afternoon. Kick back and out. In the middle of the ground, it was good, but it slipped through the hands there. Berwick Springs, they'll bring it out wide. I'll tell you what, that's a pretty good kick to a one-on-one. Mark taken all by himself. Here's Mastriani. Played cricket against him as a young lad, Adrian. Mastriani, his kick short was good. Found Barker. Barker goes backwards to go forwards. They're back in their defensive hole now. They're going to go the switch. They've got to be careful here. Here's the mark taken by Hercus. Hercus goes to the outer side. Now they might have a little bit of run. They hug the boundary line near the interchange bench. Strong mark taken overhead by Malik. Malik wastes no time and plays on. Kicks pretty good. Cracking fist there that time to interfere by Donkin. And it's gone out of bounds up on the hill over there, which you could call the 4-wheel drive hill, as there's about 4 of them over there for a throw in. So throw in, more or less favouring the Berwick Springs end of the ground. Throw in was a little bit shallow, and a free kick will be paid for a push in the back, going the way of the Titans. Now, can they manufacture something from this? The kick inside forward 50 is good, although numbers back of the pack there went through the hands of Mansfield that time. Oh, hang on, we've got a goal. Goal has been kicked by Blake Simonson. And there's Berwick Springs' first of the afternoon. By golly, did they need that. 1-1-7 they are now. Healesville 4-1-25, approaching 17 gone here in the first quarter. Things going on everywhere, people changing seats everywhere. Cam's rejoined us, Lockie's moved down the end.
People jumping in my grave, Liam. I'm just going to step out to do a bit of work for a minute and bang.
You're a busy man, we know that. You do a very good job at it as well. Ball back in the middle. 18-point margin to Healesville. Tap out by Christelli Khalidi. Can they answer with one back here, Healesville, to get back out to that early 4-goal lead? That's a crunching tackle there laid. Magnificent stuff there by Ousley, the captain. And he'll get a free kick. And 50. A little bit of chit-chat, I think.
Not quite sure. The ball was on the ground. He had to pick it up, so it wasn't really returned on the floor there.
Oh, the way it is.
Another reason, but yes.
It is Ousley with the footy. His kicks okay. So went to a 2-on-1. Didn't do his teammate in collar any favours whatsoever. And Healesville should be able to come away through it through Anderson. His handball over the top was an absolute ripper to Plaza, whose kick is always just sublime. And he finds a teammate out in the lead. They'll thump one inside forward 50. Will a little bit of a breeze carry that towards goal? It's bounced through. You wouldn't believe it.
What a kick from outside 50.
It's
Maxie Donegan.
It's turned at a right angle. A little bit of off spin, you could say. And Max Donegan's kicked his second, I believe. No, first. He missed the first one. So that's now 5-1-31. The favour of Healesville. Berwick Springs 1-1-7, 18.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter, Cameron.
Yes. Sorry.
Ball has made its way back to the middle. We're approaching time on. A very exciting first quarter too. Cracking start to the game. Ball back in the middle, tap out by Christelli Khalidi. I'm calling his name an awful lot already in the ruck, and I shouldn't be surprised. Aidan did mention at the start of the day that he is number one for rucks, contests and hit-outs so far in season 2022. As a free kick is going to the way of Healesville, and it will be taken by a number 8. Have you got a number 8 on the list there, Cameron?
4.
Healesville?
No.
All the way. Anderson has the footy, loads the ball inside forward 50, carries it back.
Hold.
And a hold will go the way of Healesville, and they'll have another shot on goal here. 6 goals in 20 minutes.
Max Donny getting in.
It is Maxi Donegan. Going back for his second. We're approaching time on in the first. And if they can have 6 in the first 20 minutes, you'll be very, very happy with that.
And once again, it's heading the way of their first encounter where they were just very accurate in front of goal.
That was back in round 1
Yes.
in 2022, which feels like forever now because the weeks have been going so fast so far this season. Donegan on his approach. Slightish angle, but more or less directly in front. The kick is on the way, and I tell you what, it's a ripper. Straight through. There's Donegan's second, Healesville's 6th.
Over the netting and onto the car, Liam.
Oh, gee, I hope it doesn't shatter the windscreen. 7-1-43, Healesville. And Berwick Springs 1-1-7. Any scores, Cameron?
Yeah, scores are tied up down at Mount Evelyn, 6-8-44 to 7-2-44. Up by Tacoma jumped out to a good start there, 2-4-16 to Monbulk, 1-1-7. Wanted a 1-2-8 leading Pakenham, a 1 straight goal, and Alinda Ferny Creek having a good first quarter there, 4-3-27, leading Narry Warren at 3 straight goals. That's the rest of the Premier Division scores. The other Division 1s thinking about coming up for us, so we'll get to that, back to those in a moment. And I'm looking forward to seeing what happens in the netball up at Alinda as well, between Alinda and Narry Warren. Because if Narry Warren end up getting up, it'll be Alinda's first loss since 2018.
Oh, jeez.
Chris Daly, a beautiful ruck hit out there. Oh, lucky to get his foot to that was Anderson. Just dribbled it forward. It's a good little pick up here by Sissons. Gets it round the corner into the forward 50 to Donegan. He's going to play on, take his player around, go onto the right foot snapshot, and he's popped through his third, Liam.
3 in the space of 2 minutes, Cameron. He is on absolute fire. 8-1-49 now. By golly crikey to 1-1-7. 21.5 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Cameron, Division 1 scores if you have
They've
any.
just got space in there clean, Liam.
Yeah.
And we do. We've got just the one at the moment's popped up with Emerald, the away team against Yarra Glen there, 3-6-24, leading Yarra Glen at 1 straight goal. And in Division 2, we've got Broadford Yay on the board there, 1 goal to King Lake, a 3-1-19. Powtown, a 5-3-33, leading Yarra Junction at 2-4-16. And up at Alexandra, it's Alexandra, 4-3-27, leading Warby Millgrove at 1 straight goal.
Not bad if you don't mind.
Go on, Lock, have a crack up.
Tiselli rather than the ruck is taken up. But Carroll's just called for another ball up. He's going up for it now. They're sorting it out. Come on, get on with it. Up in the air.
How about a go at the up now?
No, I'm probably referring to the players rather. That was number 50. That was Anderson handballing over the top. Gathered by the Berwick Springs player. He's running over the wing. Kicks up towards half forward. Can't even work out who plays there.
That was Kurza.
Yes.
There he's got it.
Berwick Springs are working very well. He's gone up towards the forward pocket there, and the mark has been beautifully taken there by Tom Nelson, the young gun, or one of a couple of young guns for Berwick Springs. But he's got to now have a very tough task, kicking from a tight angle. Can he do it, Liam?
Well, yeah, he's going to go with the banana. I reckon, yeah, better off having a crack than trying to pass it off in this situation with both teams, getting all sorts of players down there.
He's had a beautiful snap around the corner, and Berwick Springs have now put their second goal on the board. So the score now is Healesville 8-1-49, now leading the home team in Berwick Springs 3-1-19.
3-1, I think they've pressed the button twice there.
Oh, never mind.
Lockie just telling the umpires off there. You wouldn't think he's an umpire himself sometimes.
I'm looking up at the far and I'm seeing the players having a bit of a chat, and I'm going, just let the umpire.
They're not going to be worrying about the players.
So 2-1 plays 8-1, approaching 24 gone here in the first. Ball back in the middle. Christelli Khalidi got the tap down to his teammate, who was wrapped up immediately. And Berwick Springs just wrap it out. He'll just grab it out of the ruck through Macron Metris.
Dan Ousley.
And Dan Ousley has taken the mark. A little bit of
hard running.
A little bit of taping around his arm. It's a strong mark. Taken out in front there by Jack Cornish. Cornish's short pass is little boy a clanger. No good. Mark taken by Donkin. Disposal number 6 or 7 for the quarter. 1-on-1 on the outer side. Frazzetto tried to outmaneuver his opponent, couldn't do so, and will have a ball up.
All right in front of the club rooms here at Berwick Springs. The Rucks are on their way and the ball goes up in the air. Just Telly taps it down, but it's Berwick Springs coming through. A rattle. It's found the leading man out in there in Collette, and he should have a shot at goal fairly directly in front from about 35-40 out, boys.
His long sleeves wrapped around that footy really nicely.
Might get the score back at actually 3 goals.
Yeah, well, if he kicks this, I wouldn't be pressing the button because that's exactly what they'll be at.
Comes on now. Not really any wind, but he's gone right with it. Oh, two Berwick Springs kind of spoiled each other. And it's gone out of bounds, so they can reset there for a boundary throw in right in the far forward pocket. Oh, I need to get one back on the board here. We're nearing the end of the first quarter.
Well, just
won't be a short one with 7 to 9 goals on the board. Wouldn't have thought. It's probably about 4 minutes left. Berwick Springs got the numbers around this ball. The handball comes out the back there. Just need to get a player with a clean possession to have a shot, and they can't quite negotiate that. And there's going to be another boundary throw in.
They've just fixed the scoreboard up to on the outer side. 2-1-13 to 7-1-43. So a 30-point lead to Healesville at the moment. As the ball is flung back into play. Christelli Khalidi front position once again, got the tap down. And the ball didn't go too far at all. Secondary stoppage, ball up. We go again. Christelli Khalidi just getting hit outs for fun at the moment. High up and under.
Yeah, downfield.
A little bit of downfield here.
Yeah, not a lot in it at all, but was definitely pushed down after he'd got rid of the ball.
I'll tell you what, I couldn't do boundary umpiring in tracksuit pants. You get to what after?
Well, helping us out, the man from Berwick Springs there with somebody not able to make it in the end. Loza had the free kick from downfield. He's got it out wide to a teammate. Chipping back in board. Finding Campbell Frazzetto. Frazzetto from Healesville. Putting it on up there to the lead, but over the head of Donegan on this occasion. He's had good hands so far. He's able to crumb and get a snapshot there, but it's smothered by Berwick Springs. Picked up here, and a shot on goal. Looks like it's going to be good. And that came from Maxi Renouf.
No, he's missed.
But he has missed.
Brought you up, brought you down, Cameron, pretty quickly.
That's fine. I was just making sure I got the right player. Berwick Springs played on quickly. And Liam can take it away for us if you can see, or you want me to keep going?
No, I can just see Cameron at the moment. They bring the ball to the pavilion side here. Berwick Springs, mark taken solidly. Rhodey Warland just slowed it down a little bit, gives a couple of the Healesville players a chance to flood back. The kick is a bit shallow. It gave his teammate Kurz a bit of work to do, and take it a little bit too high there was Dale Senior, and he'll get rewarded the free kick just on the edge of his defensive 50. He'll settle the ball. Made Donkin work for it. He's been very, very busy this quarter. His ball to the outer side was okay. 1-on-1. Tried a little bit of body work there. Was Ballingall. He's gone back out on the ground for Healesville after his little bit of injury niggle early on in the game. Mastriani's handball put his teammate under immediate pressure because Anderson was there for Healesville, and that ball will meet the sanctuary of the boundary, one would imagine, and it does, and we'll have a throw in on the outer side with 28 and a bit minutes gone here in the first quarter. Although it's a free kick to Berwick Springs.
Going here to Berwick Springs. Not quite, didn't quite pick that one up.
Short kick to Ousley, the skipper. We'll go short again. Find Nelson. This is Aiden, who's kicked to the outer side in front of the interchange bench is good. Finds a teammate who immediately handballs over the top. Ousley again, couple of disposals in the last couple of minutes. Here's Mastriani. And his kick is good. Yes, pinpoint, and it's hit. Baselli on the chest. Rather solid unit is Baselli. Tall.
Should be able to get the distance from there, but no.
He set it up, got very close to the man on the mark, and the kick's going to come off, although Simonson, it just fell through his hands. Now the ball's on the ground, and unfortunately, the umpire's found a free kick. Ernie Carroll, he's on fire with the whistle early.
Yeah, in the back there, just over the top of the player.
Yeah, it sure was. Kick came from Senior. Mark's been taken by Donkin. Donkin to the outer side, went over Anderson's head. Can't find anyone in particular. Now they might be out on the outer side. Kick over the head, good. They've got a mark. Ennis Nuke has it. Gives a few of the Bloods players to get back. Kick to the middle is dangerous, although that's a mark. Or maybe not. Either way, it's a handball over the top to Sissons, whose kick to the pocket is good, but just had a little bit too much mustard on it for Maxi Donegan. And it's gone out of bounds for a throw-in. 29, nearly 30 minutes gone. Healesville attacking end.
I'm just waiting for the boundary umpire to get around. He's doing a great job out there, just filling in.
I've been pretty impressed with the Titans' performance over the last 5 minutes. They've just really slowed the momentum of Healesville just to sort of make it a bit more enticing for us.
Yeah, good tap down there by the Titans, but it's taken here by Healesville, wrapped up quickly. And there's going to be a ball up where that boundary throw-in took place. Yeah, just this whole first quarter, Healesville have just been so much cleaner with the footy. And lots of open space here to work with. There's a bit of a shoebox situation there at the moment, but it's coming here to Maxi Donegan, who gets a flying foot on it. But no accuracy to that whatsoever, and it's out of bounds on the full.
He's nearly kicked that into someone's front yard.
So Berwick Springs looking to switch straight away. And they have to come back over the mark. Yes, they will, by the looks of it. Oh, no.
Oh, behind.
A point is eventuated. I'm going to put that down to rushed.
Yeah, I don't know
I'm
if
not
that
quite sure how that one eventuated there.
went over the point post, I thought. By the way, it's a score to Healesville. They go to 7-3, and they're leading Berwick Springs 2-1 with 31 and nearly a half minutes gone in the first quarter. The kick to the outer side for Berwick Springs. They're going to try and use the middle of the ground because they've tried to bring the ball back inboard. Here's Warland. Kick short's good, and it's found Matty Collett, long way from home. And they should be able to load something from here, although it's a one-on-one. There's a, oh, yep. Arm chop.
Chopping the arms, yep.
Tommy Nelson. Yeah, they might have one more chance because quarter time won't be far away. High kick. Too many blood jumpers there, but it's fallen in between 5. It comes out the back. It's a one-on-one. Methven should be the first one to get to it, and professional fumble out of bounds for a throw-in deep in the Titans' attack. As we've ticked into the 33rd minute of play here in the first quarter. So, boundary umpire's just gathered in the footy now. And he's about to fling the ball in.
He's doing a good job helping out.
He has indeed.
There's a free kick in the ruck contest here that's going to go the way of Healesville.
Yeah, that was Christelli Kelty.
Played on quickly.
Mark has been taken there.
Matt Morton.
Yeah, that's Morton.
Yeah, 47.
And he has found a teammate once again. So they're just possessing the footy really, really well here, Healesville. Not doing anything too silly. Here's Anderson, who gave it off to a teammate. That's Amarant. His kick down the line was a good one. A couple of Berwick Springs blokes fell to the ground there. At an inopportune time, that kick out in front there of Donegan's just got a little bit too much heat on it, and it's gone out of bounds for a throw-in.
They could have used him a bit better a couple of times. He's definitely been on fire this first quarter, Maxi Donegan. And that was another one that could have been kicked better to his advantage.
He's had a pretty good year so far, Max Donegan, in regards to goals being kicked. Kicked a couple last week in their loss to Seville, and it's already on the board today. All back in. Fisted away by the Berwick Springs at Ruckman, but only to the sanctuary of the boundary line once again for another throw-in. 33 and a half minutes gone, Cameron. Can you believe it already?
I did say
quarter.
Lots of goals mean long quarters. Got a score from Belgrave now. Belgrave 2 behind. Seville jumped out to a 5-3-33 at quarter time.
Go on, Cameron, you can call this piece of play too.
Tackle there by Cody Anderson on Blake Simonson from Berwick Springs. This is always the how many ball ups and throw-ins before a free kick.
It's usually 2 or 3. That's the William Vertigan method of things.
Another ball up here. So does that count as our third? We have the throw-in. And
yeah, there'll be a free kick soon, Cameron. Glad you remember.
Both rucks missed that one. Went over the back of them. Berwick Springs busting through the pack and able to get a handball out wide. They've done nicely out here. Morris got it on again to another teammate going through, but the kick's over their head and more to the advantage of Maxie Donegan. It's gone out of bounds on the fullets so far. Shawnee Donkin. So Shawnee Donkin's going to get the resulting free kick for Healesville. Goes back to whence it came. On the coach's box's side in the outer wing there. Coming through there, Dylan Anderson. Not sure whether that was a horn or a toot or a car or whatever. Oh, Maxie Donegan, great one-on-one work, and a push out has been paid.
Is that the siren?
Not quite sure. Yep, that's the siren. Yep.
That's the third time lucky, I think.
Yeah, yes. So lucky he didn't quite take that mark because the initial one was just before it. But need to keep blowing that swan.
Yeah, got to hold it down.
Signal it.
Got to hold it down a little bit longer there. That was a 35-minute even quarter, that one. So quarter time here at Berwick Springs. Berwick Springs 2-1-13. They're trailing the Healesville Football Club, who are 7-3-45. We're going to take a quick break here on Yarra Valley FM. We'll pass it back to Alan in the studio, and you'll hear from some of the station sponsors. Thank you very much, Alan. Time anyway. Umpires got us underway here for the second quarter. Cody Anderson's found himself into the ruck for the moment. Well, not the ruck, sorry, I should say the midfield. As the umpires found a free kick for too high. That's Mitch McKenzie paying the free kick there. He's had a really good start to the day, it has to be said. Fletcher got the footy off the free kick to the outer side. Puts his teammate under a little bit of pressure in Warland, but does well to sit under the footy and take a mark. And his kick to the pocket has carried the whole lot. It's bouncing and dribbling. Bouncing and dribbling. Oh, it's from his back. It's sucking through for a goal, I think. Yep, it's a goal.
Goodness me, gracious me, who was that butt?
I'm trying to find out, like I'm keeping an eye on the play. He's down on the deck at the moment. He's just been high-fived there. Put the goal down to Dyson Morris.
Okie dokie.
There's his first of the afternoon. 3-1-19 Berwick Springs, 7-3-45 Healesville. We've gone a minute in the first, not even, it was about 55 seconds. But there's a good start for them.
I was speaking about that just, only a couple of minutes ago. They need to sort of get themselves back into it early, and they've done so already.
Liam Vertigan, Lockie Shaw and Cam Hutchison joining you for the coverage of today's match of the round here in the Outer East. Free kick going the way of Healesville and particularly to Frazzetto. Frazzetto has it in the middle of the ground. He's kicked to the outer side of the forward 50s. Okay, and the mark has been taken by Anderson. Anderson's taken the mark as Lockie just takes a big bite out of a dim sim. Kick inside forward 50's good, but sitting underneath for Berwick Springs was Fletcher. And Fletcher has marked in his defensive 50. He stabs at the ball. Stabby pass was good. Mark has been taken by Mastriani, who kicks it back towards the middle of the ground. Being crunched was Morris, the goal kicker. And the kick to the outer side has dribbled and bounced in front of Malik, who had to wait for it. He picked it up, but got poleaxed. A 3-on-1 here favouring Healesville. Can they get the ball towards their forward 50? I don't know. They will now, but sitting back in the hole and taking a mark there is Collett with the long sleeves on. So Brownie points for you, sir. Love a good long sleeve. Kick backwards has found Hillman with the Jack Ginnivan-like hair. Hillman's kick was good, found a teammate in Hercus. Hercus also finds a teammate, and they try and settle the ball down now. Mark was taken by Cornish. Cornish's kick is a ripper. That's a strong mark taken overhead. That's the skipper, Ousley, with that taped shoulder. Sorry, that's not Ousley, that's 64. That looks like Corey Green. He's come back out in the ground after he got yellow carded. How long is it before they can come back out in the ground, Lockie?
It's about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, well there you go, that would be about right. Ball inside 450 once again for Berwick Springs. Healesville will have to be careful that they don't concede a score here, because then it's right back to game on at a 20-point margin, although the ball has been called for a ball up some 25 metres around from the Berwick Springs goal. Have a crack, Lock.
I'll have a crack with the best of what I can see. Mind if I borrow that one?
Yeah, have a go with the binoculars, mate.
I need to invest in a pair, for goodness sake.
So the ball's gone to the pocket.
The mark's been taken there by Healesville. He's got his arm up in the air. He's gone across forward No, can't see with this bloody wall.
He's cracked it with the wall.
He's running and bouncing away from half back there is Healesville. I think that's probably his third bounce, 4 bounces.
Sam
He's
Gerber
really
too.
taking on the play there. He's gone over the top rather to Sissons. These young guns of Healesville are doing themselves really well so far.
Great handball.
Running inside 450. Oh, cut off perfectly by Berwick Springs. That was Jock Perkins, yes. Into Simonson. He's taken really well. Over to Malik, the former captain there. Over to Tom Nelson, or Blake Simonson rather. Long kick up to half forward. Cut off really well, and I think that might have been a dangerous tackle. No, Carroll says no, and there's going to be a ball up.
Tell you what there, Rock, you got yourself going there a little bit late. That's good. You got a little bit of quality there, son. Have another bite out of your dim sim. I think you earned that.
No, you keep it going, my friend. I'm just going to keep watching and see how we go.
Yeah, just have a bite of your dim sim. Look, ball up. Berwick Springs, try and get out of it. Kick around the corner from Simonson, who's had 3 touches in the last 45 seconds, and that's been cut off. Healesville will reload from their defensive half. They could be out on the outer side here, as there's a mark taken. Can't pick up who it is. He's not facing us. And the kick to the middle is dangerous. Simonson had the sit, but it was fisted away there that time by Mansfield. Inside forward 50 they go, but saving mark there at a pretty good time. That was taken by Donkin. Yep, we can hear. Lock, turn the live stream off, son. Mark has been taken out of side by Hocking. And Hocking's kick inside forward 50 didn't find anyone except the sanctuary of the boundary line, so not the worst result. Out of bounds. Lockie, turn the sound down on your phone, mate. Come on. I'm sure there's 100 comments all praising our work so far on the live stream. All out of bounds, out of side. 5.5 minutes gone. It's still a 26-point advantage to Healesville. They haven't scored so far this quarter. But Berwick Springs have had most of the play. They've had a bit of a change in the ruck because Baselli's in the ruck at the moment for Berwick Springs. And he's going up against Mansfield. Had a dip in the ruck there. Secondary stoppage. In attack for Berwick Springs, I should say. They're kicking to the housing estate end, I'm going to call, which is the right of your radio dial or your right of screen. Here's a running shot on goal. Here they come. Here they come. There's another one.
And who was that, young lamb?
I'm trying to look through the binoculars. Lock, they're high-fiving the captain, I think.
Housley. That's his first one on the board for the afternoon. I reckon he's probably got around approximately, let's just say around 15 disposals so far this afternoon. So just a stab in the dark. Pretty well accurate there.
They definitely high-five the man with a little bit of strapping or taping on the arm. So
he's an absolute ball magnet, this guy. And they had a brilliant season last year in the shortened season that we had, and he's earned that as a reward for his efforts there. He's been given the role of captain this year. So McKenzie with the ball up. Khalidi up against the former captain in Jaden Malik, who's toing and throwing there between a couple of players over to Healesville, who's kick up towards half forward. That was Herkus and Ennis Muke just fighting over it there. So Berwick Springs fighting over it now. That's Owsley at half back. Gone over the top, but the ball didn't quite hit the target. Oh no, beg your pardon, it did. It's gone over the top. That's over to Malik again. Malik has found Reese Fletcher. Reese has gone a tumbling ball up towards half forward. He's missed the target completely and it's been cut off at half back by Healesville.
Thank you very much, Lockie. I was just having a look at the Geelong scores quickly. They're in complete control there down there at GMHBA Stadium. Here's Anderson. Good work by you, Lock. Doing a lot of things today. Anderson's kick to the middle of the ground has found the hyphen. Christelli Kalidi, or Kelty. Is it Kelty or Kalidi?
I'm saying Kalidi.
Yeah, I'll stick with Kalidi then. He handballs off, puts his teammate under a little bit of pressure, had to keep running. Kick inside forward 50. Oh, gee, could have been marked there by the Berwick Springs defender. A little bit of a fend off there. That's your prime opportunity, son. You've got to be careful. Got to get rid of it. And the kick to the... Oh, it's bounced off the chest. Missed opportunity there. Here's a handball to a man right in front of us. Sissons from the boundary. Oh, mate, if you kick that, I would have screwed the house down. And they'll reload from half back, although it's not going to go too far. As there's a 3-on-1 here that does favour Berwick Springs. And there's some good communication there from umpire McKenzie, signalling that it is a free kick to Healesville. Been good today, hasn't he? He
certainly has. He's a good bloke. Handball of the SCJ days.
Handball from Amaranth to a teammate to the pocket. is just classy, and the mark's been taken by Dale Senior, and by gee, do they need this just to steady the flow with 8.5 minutes gone here in the second quarter. 7-3 plays 4-1, and Senior will kick from a slightish angle to the Gembrook end.
I think it's more northwest, so let's just say it's pointing towards
Pakenham.
No, he won't.
Okay.
Senior's gone onto his left foot and he's just put that straight through the middle. That's a fantastic kick, and that is the 8th goal this afternoon for Healesville. So they've just slowed the momentum of Berwick Springs, so for their sake anyway, they can just keep this buffer going forward.
Yeah, exactly right. Lockie Shaw on the special comments there so far this afternoon. Cam Hutchison is also with us, but he's just out on work duties at the moment. And it's a 26-point lead to Healesville. I think, was I the only one that tipped him in the record lock?
I've checked that run right now.
I was saying in the pre-game that during the week I thought I tipped Berwick Springs, but I actually tipped Healesville when I had a look. I'm actually not doing too bad on it. I'm not last. Last year...
No, you're going well, my friend.
Yeah,
I'll come back to you shortly in a minute.
Free kick for a sling in the middle of the ground, and a free kick will go the way of Berwick Springs, and particularly to the captain in Ousley. Wheels around on the right boot. Kicks to the forward 50 area. Slip through a set of hands. Ball comes to ground in a dangerous enough area. And I think the umpire, yes, will pay hold the ball. And a free kick going the way of Berwick Springs. Just staying on a second, Lockie. I'll just get who's kicking this. And I'll come back to you there as you've just brought up the tips for the weekend. The free kick will go to Nelson. He'll have a shot on goal.
I can confirm that obviously yourself tip Healesville and Lee Lawrence tip Healesville. The rest all tip Berwick Springs. So
I'm only 2 behind Leo, and I'm level with Rory Sloan, and I'm ahead of Tony Mitchell. So I'm not last. I'm happy with that. Sorry, Tony. Kick on the way by Nelson. Has drifted across through for a behind. 4-2-26 Berwick Springs, 8-3-51 now Healesville. Just someone crashing over some signage, I think. Lock, don't get too shaken up about it, mate.
I'll be right.
Nearly 11 minutes gone. It's a 25-point margin, so it's stemmed a little bit from where we were at quarter time. Don't eat those dim sims, look, or they'll go cold.
We've got a job to do, mate.
Oh,
we have a job to do.
That's exactly right. Cam's left us. And that kick, just a little bit too much spice on it. It's gone out of bounds on the full. And a free kick will go the way of Berwick Springs. You can't look around corners, look. Now you know how I feel.
I'm going to swap spots while he's not here.
All right then, go for it. And we've got another set shot here while Lockie just manoeuvres himself into a bit of a viewing position, and it's Dyson Morris who's taken the mark. And he's in the pocket. And he'll be kicking from about 35, I'm going to say, to the housing estate end.
I can see, my goodness.
Wheels around on the left. Kick is on the way. Oh, he snuck it through. Oh, my Lord. It was on a fourth. In a cricket terminology, it was on a 4-stump line. It was probably on the 4th goalpost line, and it swung back late, and he's kicked a goal. Dyson Morris has kicked his 2nd of the afternoon. Berwick Springs is 5th. 5-2-32 they are now. 8-3-51 Healesville. 12 minutes gone, second quarter, and you're not going to believe it. Cam's just walked back in.
What are you doing? Mate, I'm actually did my part on this with 10 minutes to get it to like 3%, and then I'm going to you have this one.
Cam Hutchison joining us back at the commentary box. Malik in the ruck now, this time for Berwick Springs. He got a tap out. They bring the ball out to the outer side. The mark's been taken by Mastriani. He kicks it to the pocket. It's going to bounce and land in front of the skipper, Ousley. Oh, that's what Ousley saw. It's Corey Green. And the umpire's paid on the ball. And Berwick Springs, by gee, they are charging at the moment. Cameron, what have you seen of it so far in the second quarter from what you've been doing?
Not a lot, because I was firstly helping out the club boundary, assisting there and giving him some pointers and tips and encouragement, and then just had to check with the timekeepers and
make sure they're blowing
do a bit of training there too.
I did see you out there with the umpiring fraternity there at quarter time, so good work.
Reckons he's just got to get through the first half. He's swapping with a mate at half time.
Yeah, good work by you. Green's kick was
just
all
a
right.
narrow side.
Just, didn't have the directional assistance that it probably needed. Went through for behind.
Well, scores are level at Yarra Glen, boys.
Oh, boy.
5-3-32 to 4-8-32. As Healesville will go out to the outer side. Plaza gets the ball down to the front. Teammate coming in there, mopping up, getting some nice hands out there, but taking a bit too long with it. Lucky to get away without holding the ball. Berwick Springs got the turnover anyway, got it back to the half-forward line. Got a player out free there, just moving back with the flight of the ball. He's able to take that is Morris. Dyson Morris.
We're running with Dyson.
Oh, I said Dyson.
Well, it's Sand, it's not Son.
Might be a silent something in there.
Dysan.
Dyson.
Pronounce it how you will.
Dyson.
Mr. Morris.
We'll go with that one.
For Berwick Springs, he's about 40 metres out, fairly much directly in front. Any sort of wind is dissipated at the moment. That's a beautiful kick.
Well done.
Umpire moves just slightly to the right, and pop that goes through to Berwick Springs. We've got another game of attacking either ends down at the Titan Dome.
But didn't you say it was to the left of Scrum?
It was last week, yep. It was a very unlikely scoring in last week. So I was very surprised with that. But this week it's going with the traditional, the way the wind comes off the mountain, but there's not so much wind.
6-3-39 plays 8-3-51. Nearly 15 minutes gone. Healesville need to respond, but they just can't get the ball out of the middle at the moment.
Yeah, pushing free kick in the ruck there.
Mullick had the footy off the free kick. Kicked it short, found Rattle, and he's kicked inside forward 50, and it went through a few sets of
ahead
hands.
of most.
Ball's come to ground, although it's come out the back. Here he is again!
2 in a minute.
Here he is! 2 in not even a minute, I'm going to say. Dyson Morris has kicked his 4th.
Oh, he's got them all this quarter, has he?
Yeah, he's got...
I missed those 2 early ones.
Oh, Cam, he's gone bonkers, mate. 7-3-45.
That's the small forward end. That's what it is. It was Maxie Donegan in the first quarter, and now it takes Sam Morris in the second.
7-3-45 plays 8-3-51. They've kicked 5-2 to 1 straight this quarter so far, and we've been gone 15 and a half, nearly 16 minutes. And phew, you could say shootout, but gee, Healesville need the next goal.
Back in the ruck there, and Plaza's in the ruck, so Berwick Springs win that one out. And they've got going to get another clearance here as well, up towards centre half forward. But leading out in front there was Healesville, but it's gone through their legs, picked up here by number 24. Mastriani, shot on goal.
Oh, he's kicked it, has he?
No. Oh. Has it hit the post? It's a behind either way. But Berwick Springs on the charge, the Titans. Titan charge.
Had the sneaking suspicion that they were going to do something in this second quarter, and they have not let me down so far.
They did get a bit of a rev up from what I heard out there at quarter time. Here they go again. Another shot at goals, come off hands. Going to go through from touch. The flying shot on the goal there was from Simonson, but that can go down as a rust for the Titans.
7-5. 7-5 to 8-3. 17 gone in the second quarter. I'll give you the chance to read some Premier scores, Cameron.
Oh, that's all right. We'll let them kick out. They've gone now. Oh, overshot the captain. And Berwick Springs going into a forward line again. Big pack here and a fly. One went out without acceptances, and that is what had been paid first, unfortunately, because his teammate in Basoli was able to take the good mark, but giving away the free kick was green. But Healesville going across goal there, and Hillman has marked it for Berwick Springs. He's got a player on short, and to be able to take it unmanned there is Damon Hutchison. Within scoring distance as well. Up by Tacoma at 22, Mombolk now out in front, 43. Officer buoyed by their under-19s having a win this morning, which was the club's first win in senior footy this year, Liam. They are now 13-8-86, leading Mount Evelyn at 8-9-57.
Ooh, upset.
Wandon 11 points up on Pakenham. As the shot goes on a goal, it's coming back. Oh, a bit of a fly there in the goal square.
He's paid a free kick.
No, he's paid the mark.
Oh, sorry.
It is the mark.
I thought the Healesville bloke came down with it.
That's going to be one of the highlights of the week. Boys, everybody's trying to get to him and congratulate him. Let him kick the golf. Have a shot at golf first, boys. Because he's on a very tough angle. He's marked it right next to the goal line, the centre square. centre square, the goal square, but he just jumps around on his left and pops it through. And we're going to struggle to see who that is. Lee, you got the binoculars on him there, Liam?
Yeah, I'll get him eventually, Cameron.
Tight charge keeps going.
Just
Is
do
it 14?
Yes, it is 14. Tom Nelson.
Tommy Nelson. What a fly.
If we're wrong, but that's who it
We can
looked like.
fix it later.
Yep. What else have you got, Cameron?
The last Premier Division score, Narry Warren have now straightened up. They were 10-6-66, leading Alinda Fernie Creek 6-9-45. Other Division 1 scores, Yarra have hit the front. They're 5-4-34, leading Emerald 4-8-32. Belgrave 2-2-14, Seville 10-8-68. And in Division 2, just quickly, it's Broadford Yay, very accurate, 4 goals straight, 24. Kinglake 8-4-52. Powtown 60 over Yarra Junction 44, and Alexandra 41, and now trailing Warby Millgrove at 56.
Thank you very much, Cameron, as the ball's on the outer side now, and the Titans continue to run the ball forward, although that ball just maybe hugged the boundary line a little bit too much. Yeah, free kick will go the way of Healesville, who desperately need to get a goal back, who are now trailing by a couple of points, 8-5 to 8-3, as we're about to enter time on here in the second quarter. Long kick down the line has been cut off there by Reece Fletcher for the Titans. On the defensive side of the centre square on the outer side, he kicks back towards the middle of the ground. It's a good pass too, and it's been marked by Nelson. Oh gee, they could get another one here, and the momentum is well and truly with them. It's already with them, but it could go either way even more. But Healesville will get the ball out of defence, and they slam it onto that cricket pitch area. The mark has been taken by Bates. Bates with the ball, kicks to the forward 50. Can they get a mark here? 1-on-1, good fist away there from Barker. Did really well there for Berwick Springs. Running away a little bit from the contest there, contest I should say, was Donegan. Now the kick to the pocket as a wide pass, and umpires found a arm chop free kick, and it'll settle down and give Healesville a chance here to potentially have a shot on goal, and it's Kobe Brown with the footy. Brown plays on, loads it up. It's a floaty, upset sort of kick. Mark was taken by Fletcher. Fletcher brings it out wide. Here's Macro Dimitris. Kick short to Ousley. He goes over the top. Little short kick to Morris. Morris back to the middle. Has found Rattle. Rattle goes short again. Back to Morris, who's been busy. He'd be in the best so far with 4 goals. Morris goes short and finds a teammate.
Yes, he does. He's got Aiden Nelson, another half-forward flank. He's chipping the ball up forward as well, but cutting that off there is nicely is Zach Fordry from Healesville for the boundary throw-in. Get to see this young man's technique. Let's see if we can get Johnny to sign him up. We've got a replacement for Tony Fu over there, I think Liam. Leo would be very impressed with the amount of food that's around young Laughlin's. That's not a bad throw-in for your first effort. And he was all able to get it out wide. They've got some space here if they can use it well. We'll get some free players. And Shawnee Donkin kick up down the line. Hillman chops it off there for Berwick Springs. His kick is smothered, still near the boundary line. Anderson trying to pick it up of the Dillon variety, kicks it in towards the centre of the ground. A little bit missed there, possibly Liam, just by judging by your actions there. But picking up is Barker for Berwick Springs, getting towards back half forward. Here comes the captain in Ploz. His big left foot is a bit of a floater off target, and Matthew Collette has marked it for Berwick Springs. He overshot the mark as well. And Amarant gets it over to Cody Anderson. Cody Anderson straight through the ground, has kicked it to absolutely no one for Healesville. Riley Hillman marks. Chips that out wide to Macrodamides.
That's all right. We're having a crack at it.
Yep.
They'll take it out to the outer side.
And they're coming back here to
Macrodamides. Good kick too.
Here's Van Collette, just in front of the Berwick Springs coaches area. Interchange bench. One of the players to come up. He hasn't got a lot down the line except for Red. Worked under the ball there was the Berwick Springs player. Green comes in against Chris Kelty, but the ball has been knocked over the boundary line for a boundary throw-in. Over to this scoreboard, which says after 23 and a half minutes gone in the second quarter, it's the Titans 8-5-53 leading Healesville 8-3-51.
Ball back into play. Christelli Khalidi back into the ruck for Healesville. He's had a little bit of a break there so far this afternoon. The ball's in a very dangerous spot there for Healesville. Their defence holding up quite well here so far, and the ball will be balled up about 15 out from home. 24, nearly 25 gone. Ball tossed in the air, and the umpire's found a free kick for a hold, and it'll go the way of Healesville. And they need to respond definitely before half-time. By golly, outplayed, outclassed so far this quarter. Cody Anderson with the ball to the outer side. Donegan to inboard. Ballingall dropped the mark. And now the umpire is circling, and he's played on the ball.
You can do it in breaks and stuff.
Free kick going the way of Healesville, and they'll bring the ball out wide. Didn't mark to anyone in particular. And now Berwick Springs snap around the body. That's going to hold up in a little bit of a breeze too and wobble towards the line. But Cody Anderson, who kicked 2 in the first quarter, has found himself in the last line of defence and sitting under that and taking a nice mark. I don't know about the kick though. Oh, jeez. They've got to be really careful here. Now there could be another chance for him to
Where's the
wipe
right
the
foot,
kick
Green?
goal.
He's kicked it straight to his teammate.
Healesville of all reasons why they've got the ball to the outer side. That's a mark and/or free kick.
Yeah, free kick paid.
And the mark's been taken by Bates. This is the chance they could respond of all the reasons, although there's just no one there. It's just blue and green jumpers, although Donegan got a really lucky bounce. Inboard kick, but who's there? Blue and green jumpers, and they'll get out of trouble once again. Macro Demetris will switch the play and go for an outer-side play. Short pass. Sorry,
Beautiful
Ken.
conditions. They're all just trying to use the ball as much as well as possible here today at Berwick Springs.
Indeed, it is. Magnificence just brightened up a little bit. Hillman's kick was good. It's found Collett, who kicks over the top and has been cut off by the Healesville player there that time, and that's Dale Senior. Gives it over to Anderson, who's gone for a gallop. He'll kick to about 55 there. I think that's downfield, actually. So they've got a chance here through Bates. Bates has got to find a teammate. He does. Here's Sissons. Sissons to the pocket, more or less in front of us to a 2-on-2. Crunching fist came there that time. It's dribbling towards the boundary line here. That's really a handball or illegal disposal. There they might be through. Here's a shot on goal from Sissons. He's missed.
He had a little bit more time to steady, but just went a bit too far. Swung across that one, or went across the face of goal. Berwick Springs going to play on into the pocket, just chipping it around. Back into the goal square now. Jared Hockey, who was doing the kicking duties, he's got it back. Now he hasn't got as much room as what he would have had originally, and decides to go long down the line now. He's got a player there all underneath it on his own. In Morris. Morris weighing up his options. He just goes short. It's barely the required. But Mark Pay to the captain. Osley, I say. You say Ousley, I say Ousley. Potato, potato. Back into me, he's got it in the half-back line. They're chipping across, trying to open up the ground further up as well. It's Urkus gets it up the line to Collett. Collett now into centre half forward. They're lucky here, Berwick Springs, because it was through the hands of the Healesville defender, but they were able to mop up Healesville. And they've got some numbers here. Staying onto that and get a clean handball in. Oh, no, handball. It wasn't clean. It was straight to the opposition. Another turnover here. Goes Berwick Springs' way as the siren goes for half-time. 28 minutes on the dot. And at half-time sees the home side in Berwick Springs leading the way, 8-5-53 over Healesville, 8-3-51. We'll go back to the studios at Yarra Valley FM for our half-time break. We'll come back to sum up the first half and get ready for the second after that. Thank you.
So he's hoping for a tight finish.
We've been doing well with Liam in charge of getting the clock started. You can press it now.
No, I always start the clock the second he releases the ball from the hand, Cameron. You'll notice that it's pretty much in time with the scoreboard. As the ball's back up in the air and it's been brought down, and Berwick Springs are going to have the first use of the football inside forward 50, and you know what? Oh, should have been a set shot on goal. It
dropped the easy one.
Bounced out of the chest of Nelson, and now Ken Healesville just pressure. And Cameron was absolutely spot on, being an umpire himself. Has just ultimately called that out there himself, and it's going to be a free kick going the way of the Titans, and they're going to have another shot.
Amarant taking on a bit too much of Aidan Nelson than he could handle.
It's Brody Warland, I think, actually, with the free kick.
I thought it was
the
18.
18.
I thought it was 8. I saw the 8. I've been to...
It's all right, Cameron. We've
I'm only always right sometimes.
Oh, jeez. I've only been doing this about a year and a half, and I've made the mistakes as well. So the kick is on the line. It's not going to make the distance. And it should have been fisted through from behind, and eventually it is rushed over for a behind. And the first score of the second half will go the way of the Berwick Springs Titans. And then they go to 8-7-55 to 8-4-52. 1 minute and 10 seconds gone as Donkin brings the ball out of full back. The mark was taken overhead nicely by Faldry. He kicks it over gives it over the top. And now they're just trying to bobble the ball out of full-back. Sling tackle paid. A free kick will go the way of Berwick Springs. Seen a few sling tackles paid today, Rock. You don't usually see them too often.
A bit more of a focus area, protecting the players.
Spot on there, Ken.
There.
Anyway, Berwick Springs back inside forward 50. Nice, clean punch. Defended the rise of the ball nicely. Here's a little flying shot on goal. That's not going to find anyone except the sanctuary of the ground and near the boundary line, although it stays in the field of play. Centering ball was a good one from Nelson, and the non-officiating umpires found a free kick downfield. It'll go the way of Healesville. And a little bit of collateral damage maybe even for Berwick Springs. No, not exactly. Just a bit slow to get back to his feet. But nonetheless, actually, no, it's a free kick to...
Yeah. This time I've got it right. Aidan Nelson.
Yes, it is. It is Aidan Nelson. He'll be the recipient.
I was just ahead of my time, Liam.
Yeah, well, you usually are. Nelson is on his approach. He'll kick from about 25 out on the slidish angle. Kick is on the way. And his teammates like it. And so do the local crowd here. And Berwick Springs just extend their lead a little bit more. 9-7-61 plays 8-4-52. 2 3/4 minutes gone here in the third quarter.
Yeah, it's a great start for Berwick Springs, just continuing on their way from the second quarter. It came from just a bit too aggressive in the wrong areas from Healesville, giving away the downfield free kick, which would have had them exiting their defensive 50 otherwise. And as we saw like last night as well, when you get it in 50, you don't want to be giving away free kicks, because I think the Swans missed out on a few that they should have had shots at goal at as well. But Healesville are now able to get the clearance, getting it towards the half-forward line. Good punch from behind from Berwick Springs. Just shepherding off the ball as well. Dylan Anderson takes on a few, and he couldn't get through them either. And he's found out the hard way. It's going to be a free kick here to Berwick Springs. Up the line. Oh, he couldn't quite hang on to it, but he's butted it up well there, Mr. Kaiser. And the kick going out at Markland, or free kick for front on contact, but playing on quickly here is Berwick Springs, running through to the 50-metre line, shot towards the top of the goal. Oh! And taking the mark there very nicely is Thomas Nilsson. Is it in the goal square? Is he going to be directly in front, or is it just outside?
I think he's been instructed.
I think he's just outside. Going on an angle, but he was the one who got that bit of a hanger in the goal square in the second quarter. And same sort of kick, just at the other end. Same result for him as well. Easy pickings for him down there. It's Tommy Nelson's third for the game I've got there, Liam.
Yep.
Beautiful. Just had a good pair of hands there in the goal square. Obviously, he's just kicked his third, so he's really starting to stamp his authority on the game here. How many goals rather do you reckon he could potentially end up with?
I'm going to go with 5 he could end up with. Since you asked me the question there, Lockie.
Okay.
Ball just making its way back into the middle now. It's with the one official boundary umpire.
There you go, Cam. I don't think you'll have the reflection anymore. I've just shut the door for you.
It was keeping me warm, but that is fine. The reflection was starting to get in the way. Healesville trying to get out there through Amarant, then to Anderson. Anderson the 1-2. Oh, no, he was burnt by Plozza. Plozza went the kick out wide instead. Still found a teammate, which was good. Now they've got to kick in towards Anderson who run on, so that was good running by the young lad. Now there's a great tackle in there and he's going to be rewarded. Is the advantage going to be paid? No, he's not decided to take the advantage. Amarant, and he's given it back to the young man in Cody Anderson.
By gee, do they need...
What have you done there? You turned yourself off, Liam.
Turned myself off. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm a bit rattled. Lockie rattled me. He was fiddling around before. There's no way I... Let's just go on here. Tell you what.
Beautiful kick.
He's got
it's
it.
Just
He's...
away to the right.
Yep.
Yep. So it's Anderson's first blemish of the afternoon. He's got 2 goals, 1 by my record. We're going 6 minutes here into the third quarter, and it's 10-7-67 the Titans to Healesville 8-5-53.
Gee, it's just gone out to 14 points, and it's a dangerous enough lead there for Healesville just to start thinking, gee, we need to get the next goal and get back within a single-digit lead, because you've got to remember they kicked the first 4 of the game or something like that. So, tell you what, it's get to dangerous areas as they look to go forward once again here, Berwick Springs, and they're in the middle part of the ground. Lockie's shaking his head for some sort of reason. We don't know why that is.
Right.
They're going through the highway, as I like to call it, the middle of the ground. Dropping the mark at an inopportune time there was Green, the man that got yellow carded earlier on this afternoon. Here's a snap from the boundary. He slipped as well. It's bounced at a left angle and gone out of bounds for a throw-in deep in the Berwick Springs forward pocket. Cameron.
Yeah, we've got a new boundary here. He's going to make his way down. We'll see how he goes in his first attempt here.
Hope he gets a canteen voucher. Give him something. Very good hot chips there today. Good salad roll, so they get good brownie points to the Berwick Springs canteen.
Oh, you'll be okay to come back.
Yep.
Liam. Oh, that's a good
throw
throw
in. Good on him.
I like it. Tapped down by Healesville. Oh, it's probably going to be in the back. There he is, just falling in on his opponent.
Isn't that the signal for a sling?
No. It was,
To be fair,
maybe your angle just got it, but no, that was in the back. And it's Baselli going to take the resulting free kick.
Yep. Your 2019 Premier Division Best and Fairest winner, Cameron.
Looks like he's shot up a little bit of height since then, Lockie.
Solid unit. Kick's no good though.
No, he must have done better back then when he's put that through for his first score of the afternoon, which is a behind.
Where do you used to play, Ron?
Under 19, I should say, sorry.
Where did you play?
Yeah, under Berwick Springs.
Oh, played here.
Yeah. Yep. Was under 19. So
Last year, yep. Played a couple of Premier Division, 3 senior games last year as well. Ball goes out wide up towards the half-back line. It's been taken by Anderson. Big kick along towards the ring, but it's just cut off there by James there. I'm not even going to try and pronounce his surname, but it's quickly gathered by Healesville. Anderson again weaves his way through traffic onto the far wing. Great tackle there by Berwick Springs. Claimed again by Healesville. He's gone up towards half forward, and it's cut off at half back by Daniel Owsley, I'm going to say.
There we go. We can have 3 different pronunciations. Oh, good.
Owsley, Oosley. What was the third one?
I'm not sure.
Usley.
Yeah. Captain.
Yes.
There we go. Shot and goal.
Right across out of bounds, I think. Yep.
Boundary throw in. Far outer side for Healesville. At least it's in their forward attacking zone. See what they can create out of this. Premier Division scores up by Tacoma at 31, at Monbulk 52, Wandon 51, at Pakenham at 38, Narry Warren 93 over Olinda 48. We're still waiting for the ball to come back there. We could check on the other Division 1s, which is Yarra Glen of 42, Emerald coming back out in the third quarter, much better of 57, Seville 94, Belgrave at 26. This ball's a quick kick by Berwick Springs has gone out towards the boundary line, and it's gone out of bounds of the full. So Plozza will take that resultant free kick, get it inside to Amarant. Hammer out, looking for a leading forward. There's a bit of a pack form there. Hillman comes over the top for Berwick Springs with the punch, but it's in their hands there of Healesville. Quick kick around the corner. Can't quite pick up who it was. It was Dylan Anderson. Hit the post on the full, did it?
Yep.
So it'll be out of bounds on the full paid. Free kick to Berwick Springs.
Mac Rodri Metis will take the free kick. Got to have a dip at saying his last name. Long kick out of the back pocket region. The fist found the hands of his teammates. Rattle has got the ball. He got the handball receive. Yeah, it was a good smother. Cracking smother. Here they are. Oh, a little fumble to himself was magnificent from Hockey.
It up, though.
And they could be on here once again. This is where they need a mark. It's Green out the back. No, couldn't get it. Mark taken that time by Healesville, who just rest in defence and have to try and reload all the work they had done. Here's Senior. He's kicked to the interchange bench on the outer side. It was okay, but just a heap of these Titans jumpers around the footy, ultimately trying to get the ball out. Here's a kick to the top of the square. Green in a one-on-one with Methven. Ball brought to ground. Methven goes back in and goes again. Ball comes out the back, spinning and circling, although there's a whistle on play.
I think it might be going the way of Rosa.
I think you're right.
Rossa. How are we going with that one? What?
Rossa.
Go with Jakey Rossa.
Rossa. 17 for those playing at home.
12.
Oh, so
25 is getting it. It wasn't the person I thought was going to get the free kick. It was taken by Methven. Methven got it out wide. And Healesville go up the line. Berwick Springs. Oh, good mark over the back. I think that's Maxie Donegan. He's got the kick in board. He's found Anderson.
oh,
Not a very good kick over there.
Yeah,
But he still hit the target anyway.
It's
That was
Frazzetto.
Frazzetto up towards centre half forward. Pack goes slow. Oh, I think he's claimed the mark. Maybe not.
no.
Umpire Mitch McKenzie's called play and it's ended up with Frazzetto. He's weaved a couple around. Oh, has he kicked it? No, it's gone
Shot on
across.
goal. No.
Through for behind and Frazzetto has registered one. So the score now is the Berwick Springs 10-8-68, leading Healesville 8-6 or 8-7. 54-55. I'm just not sure if they've updated that scoreboard just yet.
Yeah, well, I'd have them 8-7. Ball back into play. That's a mark to the hyphen. No, touch play on is the call, says the umpire, and he puts his teammate under all sorts of pressure. The non-officiating umpire has found a free kick. It will go the way of the Berwick Springs Titans, and in particularly to Jared Hockey. He's got it on the defensive side of his 50, although he's brought it out to some neutral territory to a one-on-one. A cracking fist there. Interfering with the play there came from Mansfield, although doesn't do his team any favours as the Titans will go inside 450 once again and just pitches just in front there of Kurza and it's come out the back. Quick snap around the body is just offline.
Bad luck.
And you see who kicked that, Cameron?
I think it was
I think it was 8.
Nelson. Yeah. Frazzetto's got the mark here for Healesville. Deep in the back pocket. Going towards it. Straight to the commentary side here and Maxi Renouf. Renouf goes up the line. He's found a leading player and it's Sammy Gerbert. Gerbert's looking now, there's not a lot on. There's no one to go long either, so he chooses probably the best option at the time to go back. Finds Matty Morton. Goes across goal now. He's got enough on it to get it to Dale Senior. Looking to come back this way now. Luckily it doesn't hang in the air too long. And it's taken again by Sammy Gerbert. Now he chips up the line and finds Plozza. Plozza plays on with a handball. Back there to Morton. Morton goes down through the middle. It comes off hands. Picked up here by Fletcher. Fletcher from Berwick Springs gets a kick towards Collette and holds it ground beautifully. Chip kick on there to a leading player. Was actually misdirected and taken by Plozza. Advantage paid for the free kick. And Gerbert's got it again.
Kick down the line. Mark taken. Yeah, and or free kick. Bates with it. Can they get a goal back, Healesville? They're around the halfway mark towards their forward 50s, where they just fall down a little bit so far. After that cracking first quarter, Cam, you're going to have to call. That's gone out of my vision, unfortunately.
No, it comes out off the hands there. Good spoil on Anderson. Anderson going in again for it, and Amarant comes in to help him out, but he's tackled instantly there by Collette from Berwick Springs. We're going to see a ball up. And in Division 2, we've got third quarter, big Yarra Junction having a good third quarter. They're up now by 11 points on Powtown. Oof. So from the tap down, Berwick Springs able to take it away. Tackled quickly by Donkin, and getting a handball away though was Berwick Springs. Plozza tries to tackle two at once. Couldn't quite achieve that outcome. Wallen's got it now. Wallen for Berwick Springs gets it into towards Nelson, who punches it sort of to himself, recovers quickly, gets it on the left foot. Oh, Fasoli, he's got too much size for his opponent there, and he's just able to hold his position and just snapped through a goal.
He just stepped over him too, Alan Iverson style, on his opponent. And oh gee, dangerous times now. If you're a fan of the Healesville team, it's 11-9-75 to 8-6-54. 15 3/4 minutes gone in the third quarter. Would you believe it's been 9 goals to 1 since quarter time?
Yes. Yeah, Berwick Springs with all the play and all the good use of the ball. Still nice little passages from Healesville, but not able to connect into the forward line that they were in that first quarter.
It's been completely outplayed in some parts, but as I mentioned, they get to halfway and a little bit further up the ground, they fall over. All back in the air. They need the next one. Cristelli Khalidi got the massive thump. Got a fair bit of distance on it too. They're going towards their forward 50 now. Here's Anderson.
A chance.
They might get one back here because that's a pretty good kick from Anderson. Beautiful. Yeah, well done. Yep, goal umpire. No hesitation to signal that straight away. And they get one back. There's their second goal since quarter time. 11-9-75, 9-6-60, 16 and 45 gone here in the third quarter. 15-point margin. What have you got, Cameron?
Well, even though Berwick Springs had all the play for a quarter and a half here, they're definitely Healesville not out of it whatsoever.
No.
But just checking on these netball scores, Narry Warren have come away in the third quarter, and they're still in the third quarter, but they've got the 8-goal lead now on Alinda Creek. Keeping an eye on that one.
Cameron Hutchison, Liam Vertigan and Lockie Shaw with you this afternoon. Been a while between drinks since I've called with Cameron. I've missed him. Hasn't got me laughing so far. When he gets me laughing, it's one of those good times because then he gets going. Oh, that's good time.
A bit out of practice, so.
Cristelli Khalidi got the free kick for a block in the ruck. He's kicked it up towards the half-forward line was okay, but then it was sort of taken away by Berwick Springs. They go inside once again through Anderson.
Nice kick, Anderson.
And Anderson's kick has found the sanctuary of a teammate. And
turn around, son.
We're going to have a shot on goal here. I've got the binoculars straight on him, but he's side on at the moment.
My guess is Bates, but
I'll keep an eye on him.
He's got a pretty tough kick ahead of him, but right on the 50-metre arc.
He's a fair way out from home. He's on his approach. Pretty steady, solid sort of approach. You tell me if it goes through, because the kick is from Bates.
And a behind, just to the near side. How good was that guess?
See, it was a little bit of a wobbler just mid-air, and I could just sort of see it drifting towards the far end away from us, so I knew straight away it wasn't going to work.
11-9-75 plays 9-7-61, a manageable 14-point margin, but can't afford to let Berwick Springs kick another one. They might be out here through Baselli.
They had an overlap play, but Healesville will come back now to even that up.
Baselli's kick was good to Simonson. Simonson's got a little bit of space on his opponent, so he wheeled around that. It's a floater. Smothering it onto the ground is Cristelli Kelty. And yeah, they might be able to get away, although Amarant dropped the mark. He had to go a second time, did well. Gives a handball away. Anderson has been quite good today. Nearly legged.
Lost it when he fell over.
Did lose it. Either way, should have tried to hold on to the footy, son. Now the ball's in dispute on the outer side wing. Umpire is hovering, and he will call for it, and we'll ball it up on the outer side. Next goal is huge. So the ball's back up. Cristelli Kelty didn't get the tap down that time. His Berwick Springs counterpart beat him to it for one of the rare occasions today. Ball goes back inside forward 50. Methven had the footy. They give it away. Now they're off to the races here, the Bloods, but can they get some more reward on the scoreboard? I'll tell you what, there's some still players running back. That kick's all right. But Donegan has just kicked that across the face. Left point post through for a behind. 3-1 on the afternoon now for Max Donegan. 11-9-75 plays 9-8-62 into time on third quarter.
Yeah, Berwick Springs always looking to go to the outer side. They don't like showing the crowd the ball. Or
We haven't seen it much today.
Not over this side whatsoever. It's not the favourite side at Berwick Springs for either team. A big effort from behind by Gerbert, but holding his ground nicely was Collette. And he's found his teammate on the outer side near the scoreboard. So to play on now, yep. Chippy got a leader out there and chopped off beautifully. That's what he's definitely known for around the Valley area as Daniel Plozza, and captain there for Healesville. It's punched it about 20 metres away, so I can give you some updates of other Premier Division A-grade netball. In the third quarter, it's Wannon 33, Pakenham 53, Beaconsfield 21, Wooriallic 40, Lindaferny Creek 31. Narry Warren have the 10-point lead, so that first loss is more on the cards as we go. Up by Tacoma into the fourth quarter, they're 35, Monbulk 47.
Cameron reading out the netball scores, doing a magnificent job today. Been a busy man today. Ball was thrown back in. Non-officiating umpires found a free kick for a high tackle. Cody Anderson again, geez, racking him up today. Handball over the top, ended up with Donkin now, who's made his way up the ground. They need to probably get a kick away here sooner or later, Healesville, because they're being corralled at every single possible opportunity. Now they get the kick away. They're inside forward 50. Can they bring the ball down? No. Massive fist came there from Hillman, or the ball just tumbles its way back towards a massive white and red jumpers. Nearly said yellow, could you believe? I nearly lost the plot. Ball is inside forward 50, you could say, for Healesville, but they're just scrapping them out of their defensive 50 here, are the Titans, and they bring the ball into some blue territory. And they're going to get another chance, Healesville. Can they get the next? Ball's on the outer side, they go to the 50. Oh, just slipping through a set of hands there at an inopportune time, although they'll get another shot. Here's a flying shot on goal. And it's across the face to the right, through for behind.
Donegan again.
Oh, answered my next question.
Tell by the hair. This needs to turn on a little bit of magic, I think. He's normally one of their better players, but, you know, from his last couple of shots of goals, he's only been able to just convert minor scores, so he's just got to turn it up a little bit, I think.
11-9 to 9-9. Even 2 goals. That kick to the middle was pretty good. The right idea was right to Nelson, but just went over his head. He got the left mid up, but couldn't bring it down. Who's going to win the footy out of this contest? Numbers packing in everywhere. Umpires should call for it, although he's on the footy. Probably fair enough. Free kick will go the way of Malik. And they've brought it to that outer side once again. And I think the boundary line might just win. And it does. We'll have a throw in outer side. 23 gone. And it's a 12-point lead to Berwick Springs.
Division 1 netball update. Jembrock Cockatoo at 22, Berwick 32, Yarra at 32, Emerald 36, and Belgrave 23, Seville 54. That's Division 1 netball.
Leo's probably broken his phone at the news of not Berwick Springs, Jembrock Cockatoo losing.
He's just happy they're playing at home on the new courts.
He'd be thrilled. He'd be absolutely thrilled. He'd be ashamed that he's down at Geelong today. Throw back in. Christelli Khalidi got the tap.
Holding in there. It's going to go to the Amaranth.
Yeah, busy again today, Amaranth. Wouldn't be surprised if he's in the Healesville best once again. Been a busy man this year. If they can get within a kick of three-quarter time, I'll tell you what, she could be on. Anderson has it. Kicks to the pocket. And ball wasn't quite brought down to ground, and it went through the hands of Donegan, who's becoming a pretty prominent forward target. 3-2 in the afternoon. Throw in, deep forward pocket for Healesville, kicking to the right of your radio dial or your screen.
Division 2 netball final scores. Alexandra 47, Warburton Millgrove 49, Powtown 51, defeated Yarra Junction 46, and Broadford 50, defeated Kinglake 27.
Good win there to Broadford. Good on them. Love to see that. Ball back in. Free kick to Healesville. Here we go. By golly, by crikey. Who's it going to? It is going to, it looked like a number...
Dylan Anderson.
20-something. I'll get the binoculars back on him. It's got a 0 at the end. Oh, number 50.
Yeah, Dylan Anderson.
Yeah, my apologies, Cameron. Oh, he's missed that too.
Bad
To
luck,
the
son.
near side.
Yep.
Was peppering the goals here, but not getting the ultimate reward, Healesville. And at least they're getting some better forward entries in this quarter. Oh, through the hands there, Basoli, but he's able to butter it up, get the kick down the line. He's found Malik. Malik plays on quickly. The player running past, whose kick is smothered by Anderson. We're going to see a boundary throw in on the outer side. 11-point difference here at Berwick Springs. 25 and a half minutes gone in this third quarter.
Certainly getting what we thought it was going to be, a close game, real flip of the coin sort of job, but still a quarter and a bit of footy to be played, but 11 points feels like the margin it should be at the moment, although Berwick Springs are about to go inside their forward 50 once again. One-on-one here, ball comes to ground, it just slipped through the hands of Greeny. Tried to get it, they went again, but get the full ball that time was Morton for Healesville. And they're out on the outer side here. Can they get the ball back forward once again? That outer side's seen an awful lot of play today. Not an awful lot played on the pavilion side at all, as there is a free kick for holding the ball being awarded to Berwick Springs, and they can reload potentially from their back half with 26 and a little bit gone here in the third quarter.
Not as high scoring third quarter, so it may not be as long as the others.
No, that's right, Cameron. Baselli has it. Certainly trying just to control the football here a little bit. Gets called to go again. Kick down the line is good. Yeah, very good. Mark taken by Kaiser.
Kaiser.
Yeah, Kaiser. Yep. A few different pronunciations we've run with today. Kick inside forward 50 and...
Oh, he didn't hang on to it.
That's unlucky, but if you're a Berwick Springs fan, gee, you're pretty happy with that. Lock the ball inside your forward 50. Mark probably should have been taken there. Just slipped through the hands there at the very last second. The ball does come out. Now it's a one-on-one. This could be interesting. Overrunning the ball a little bit was Frazzetto. Green goes in there again, the man that got yellow carded a little bit earlier on today. A kick inside forward 50. The big ruckman should stand under it and marked well. Probably should have, but just couldn't quite bring it down. Now they get the ball out through Mansfield, and Mansfield's kick has been good enough to find Renoff. And now they're out on the outer side once again, although that kick just held up a little bit too long. The mark has been taken by Collett.
I reckon he's leading the marks for the day.
There's a siren
Collett.
for three-quarter time. Well, we're going to turn for home with Berwick Springs having an 11-point margin. It's 11-9-75 to Healesville's 9-10-64. We'll take it back to Alan in the studios of Yarra Valley FM for our three-quarter time break, and we'll talk to you in a couple of minutes.
Division 2 A grade, we've gone through a couple of times. The final scores, Alexandra were defeated by Warburton Millgrove by 2 goals, 47-49. Powtown 51 defeated Yarra Junction 46, and Broad 50 defeated King Lake 27.
I have to say, Cameron, that's a really good performance by King Lake, considering that to back up that effort from only 48 hours ago when they played Yay for a Thursday night contest.
Alex was that game? Yeah.
Yes, that's correct,
Yep, for Alexandra against King Lake. But the ball has come out here on the outer side wing, and Berwick Springs got first clearance and into the hands here of Captain Osley, who goes into the forward line. Marks there, just outside the forward 50 by Green. He's got a player inboard. A little bit of loose checking there by Healesville. And Berwick Springs are able to get some free numbers, and they'll have the first shot on goal here by their leading goal kicker on the field in Mr. Morris.
Oh, I've got the clock going about 2 seconds slower than it is on the scoreboard. I'm not happy with myself there. Let myself down.
It's much better than what normally happens with ours, not here.
Mr. Morris, he's just coming inside there. His opponent's just hop, skipping, jumping on the man of the mark.
Oh, how's he got that one going that way?
Done. He's put it straight through.
That was supposed to go straight through the points to the right-hand side. Somehow it's just then done the break the other way.
That's his 5th goal for the afternoon. So Berwick Springs now are 12-9-81, leading Healesville 9-10-64.
Bit of a leg break there.
Yeah, made the most of the clearance there, Berwick Springs. Some Premier Division football scores. We've got Upper Tacoma on 45, Monbulk on 65. Officer got their first win of the year early in the day, 111, defeating Mount Evelyn at 77. Wanderton 93, leading Pakenham at 47. And Lindaferny Creek are inaccurate with the 7-16, 58 to Narry Warren 17-11, 113. Berwick Springs with the clearance again through, and Nelson into the forward line towards Green. It came off hands this time. He wasn't able to mark it. He's butted up nicely though. Dodges one, gets on the and he's tucked it beautifully. Hasn't got the kick. It's gone out wide. Still got some Berwick Springs players here in front of it, but at the boundary line has beaten them.
He's nearly kicked that out to Skylark Boulevard.
Very knowledgeable of the
surrounding areas
there, Liam.
Well, the locals will be happy.
We've got a free kick here. Something's taken place.
Don't tell me he kicked it out in the foot.
Well, no, I don't think he did, but something might have taken place afterwards. Healesville have got the free kick up towards the scoreboard. Are they going to perform under pressure over there? No, no one can. It goes out of bounds. Oh, he's for a boundary throw in.
He's plugged the sponsors.
No, I didn't.
I think a lot of people might know who you're talking about.
Oh, that's up to them to decide.
Do you remember the video that Lockie did for that sponsor?
No. There was a bit of push off the ball there that the umpires missed, but the ball's been tapped down. It's gone straight to the player who was pushed out of the pack. That's worked out fortuitously for him. His handball missed the target though. Dylan Anderson got it out to, I think it was Cody Anderson. And the kick came up towards Collett again, who's done really well on the half-back line. I've liked his game from Berwick Springs. His kick didn't reach the target, though. We're going to see a ball up, so we can go through the other Division 1 football scores, which have Yarra Glen 7-7-49, who were actually in the lead at half-time. They're trailing Emerald 11-10-76. And Belgrave are 6-2-38, are trailing at Seville 15-17-107.
Ball down to centre half forward here for Berwick Springs. Men front nearly brought it down. Now this is where Healesville might have to try and be a little bit brave here. They get the ball out of their defensive half and the mark has been taken there by Renouf. Next kick's important. Can he hit a target? He puts it out in front of Gerbert and he's got him. Can they keep on getting a little bit of motion forward? They can. Here's Maxie Donegan. Donegan's kick. Oh, gee, I tell you what, that's a good pass too. Just put Anderson under a little bit of pressure, having to go back with the fly to the footy, but he did get there. Can they get one against the flow? And we've got a whistle on play.
Saying he hadn't called play on and he hadn't gone around for the mark. So the secondary player for Berwick Springs came in for a smother there in Nelson. So a 25-metre penalty is going to be paid here and Anderson can have a shot on goal.
Good explanation there from you, Cameron. We'd be lost without you. We really would. That's what happens when you're an umpire yourself.
Got to hold your eyes or something like that. I don't know. Technical terms.
Hold your vision, yeah.
Hold your vision. There we go.
Anderson gave it off and the mark has been taken by Sissons.
Cracker of a match in Division 2, Powtown and the Junction. It's Yarra Junction with a 4-point lead currently, 90-86.
The tips are in disarray this week. I think I'm in a bit of trouble. Kick is on the way from Sissons.
Oh, he's gone left.
And he's missed.
You know what really lets you down with your tips, Liam?
Oh, here we go, Lockie. Go on.
You don't
forgetting to read them?
No, you just, when I go through them and go, oh, maybe netball tips, I guess.
Oh, mate, even Leo says to me, he guesses with the netball.
Leo says that, but he's actually, he just says that.
He's a shifty.
Yes, he is a bit shifty. The other Division 2 scores, we've got Alexandra 10-11-71 trailing Warburton and Millgrove 16-100. That's accurate kicking. And Broadford Yaya 6-6-42 trailing Kinglake at 19-9-123.
Oh, cracking mark there from Hillman. Sorry, Cam, just
no problem.
Cut you off after finishing sentence. Just went back with the fire of the footy and brought it down magnificently. And the umpire will call for it. So, next goal's massive, I feel. Really, really massive. If Healesville can get it, she's back on. But if Berwick Springs get it, could just be nearly good night. But still plenty of time, and funny things do happen in footy as Healesville have kept it inside their forward 50 now for a good minute or so. And they're in a pretty good position here if they can just clear the football a little bit. Baselli in the ruck there that time for Berwick Springs. I reckon I'll give the tap out to him.
Not sure he handballed it.
I don't know either. Interesting part now, and they're going to get it out of their defence now. Berwick Springs, although the football's bounce didn't really do anyone any favours. Bounced about 12 feet in the air and eventually goes out of bounds for a throw-in.
Yeah, umpire would have been blindsided in it, so not his fault at all. But, big pack in there at that occasion. So a boundary throw-in right in front of Berwick Springs interchange area. Masoli gets the front tap down, but it's straight into the hands of Healesville. Comes to Anderson and gets it out wide to, I think it was Amarant. Kick up towards half the forward line for Healesville. Comes off hands and goes out of bounds for a boundary throw-in.
Just an around the grounds from the AFL games. Brisbane by 15 points, just ticked into time on there in the last, and Geelong at home, thank God, they're 37 points in front of Adelaide.
So quick kick out from Healesville, just off the ground. Didn't go anywhere near a required distance, so back into the pack situation. And Anderson wasn't able to extract a clean possession out of there either for Healesville, so it's going to be another boundary throw-in. Just settling at the moment, both teams. That's a bit of a throw out of the ruck there, or a throw of the opposition, not the football either. So that'll be a free kick to Caden Baselli.
Threw him like a rag doll.
Bit of confusion by the looks of it.
No. Oh, behind him. Okay. Well, maybe a block was paid instead.
Ruckman don't kick goals, I'm telling you.
Hey. Sorry. What about ruck forwards?
Cameron Hutchison did
What about ruck forwards?
back at his time at the Belgrave Football Club.
And halfway Tacoma.
And upway Tacoma, yes.
And Powtown,
Oh,
and
too close.
Healesville, and Seville, and anyway.
As fill-ins.
Yep. So that is, you were correct though. He didn't even kick a score. It went out of bounds on the full. And Berwick Springs through Colette.
Sorry, Will.
Got the resulting free kick. Called to play on now. Kicks it down the line in the middle. Good defensive punch there by Amarant, but running through was Berwick Springs, able to pick it up and crumb nicely. Can they do this cleanly? It's Nelson there, and Thomas Friday gets on his left foot. The bounce goes over his teammate's head, fortuitously for Healesville. There's a bit of a shepherd or a block going on there, and Healesville are going to get the resulting free kick. The green's on the mark, and the free kick is with Renouf. Renouf switches play.
Bring the ball out this side.
No, it's not allowed. So Frizzetto, he's got the ball for Healesville, looking to switch back through the middle, over the head of Gerbert and towards Donegan, but didn't quite have the legs on it for that. And an intercept mark here to Berwick Springs.
It's Fletcher, and on the wing there, he's driven the ball long up towards their half-forward line. Pack going for a fly there, but it's picked up by Healesville. No, it's not, beg your pardon. They're going in for it. Scrapping, and waiting for the ball up. And that's exactly what Bernie Carroll has done, I think. Yes.
Yeah, Junction have kicked another goal in the fourth quarter, so they're up by 8 points now on Powtown.
Tell you what,
Be a good away win for them.
if Powtown lose at home, the sawmill might not be standing tonight. They might get a little bit too frustrated with that. Ball.
He's had to go backwards here because he couldn't get to turn around. He's got a free kick anyway. So he's running, I think it's green, he was running away from goal for Berwick Springs.
I think it's Jaden Malik.
It might be.
64 Corey Green.
Yeah, so, there we go. I thought his tape on his arm or shoulder was what I was referring to there. Pick that up.
Another one to Yarra Junction too.
Oh, first to 100. It's done.
The new recruit,
Leo says it's done.
the new recruit to Berwick Springs this year came from Lang Warren, beg your pardon, last year. He's
Pushed
managed
it
to
across
kick
the goal.
Yep. Failed attempted goal.
Second behind of the afternoon. Healesville playing on now.
Know the next goal, Cameron Healesville.
They do. They found the play. Oh, being chopped off here. And it's within scoring distance. By the looks of it. Or he's just going to play that decoy game where he believes he's going to, makes everyone believe he's going to have a shot.
Yeah,
Mr. Aidan Nelson. There's a huge hole right in front of him, between him and the top of the goal square, that anyone from Berwick Springs could just sneak into. Just chip it over the top there. But no, goes back deliberately, kicks it straight, and he likes it straight off the boot. He's even turned around and run back to the centre before the ball's got to the line. And that's another goal on the board for him. He has 2 goals, 1 for the afternoon. Berwick Springs moving on to 13-10-88, leading Healesville 9-11-65. We're going 11.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Too much else happening on my phone here, but Alexandra is still 22 points in arrears to Warburton Millgrove into the 4th quarter. As we said, it's Powtown 88 trailing Yarra Junction at 102. And Nelson, that man, he gets a barrel out of the centre this time from a centre clearance up towards about 30 metres out from goal. A little bit ducking and weaving into the hands here of Berwick Springs. That's a magnificent snap around the corner. And that is Blake Simonson for his 2nd of the afternoon. Berwick Springs nearly entering, maybe a bit too early, but nearly entering. They put the invitations out for party time.
Nearly
put the invitations out.
Nearly start the car time, maybe.
And our final Division 2 score update is Broadford EA 7-6-48, trailing King Lake. That's full-time score. Apologies. What are you? It's full-time. 7-6-48 to Broadford EA, and King Lake have won that match 19-11 at 125.
And, yep, Brisbane and Geelong are going to get the job done so far in the afternoon games in the AFL as the ball's back in the middle. Christelli Khalidi got the tap out of the ruck. Can they get the next goal? Handball came from Anderson. Amarant is in there as well. Handball comes to Renouf, tries to fend off and barge his way through. Gave the handball off to Faldry. Kick to the 50.
Donegan.
And here's Maxie Donegan.
He says, settle it down, I'm going to have a shot.
Big kick here, just to get it back within 23, and the invitations might be returned to sender. Wrong address given. But let's just see what happens here.
You back him from here, Liam?
Oh, why not? They need a goal. It's an absolute understatement. Ran an arc out very wide to the right.
He's got it.
Yeah, he's got it too. Yep.
Good lad.
So they get it back within 21. 14-10-94 to 10-11-71.
That's 4 in the afternoon for Maxie Donegan.
Yep.
4 goals, 2. Good return.
Nearly 14 minutes gone here in the final quarter. There's still a little pulse. What can happen from here?
Oh, in Division 1, other scores. Emerald 83 leading Yarra Glen at 55, and Seville 108 leading Belgrave 45. That's a big difference in scores when they face each other in round 1.
It's probably not the worst thing, to be completely honest.
So ball's back in the middle, thrown up there. Christelli won it again. Oh, a little bit higher there. Anderson got the handball away though. Now back to the ruckman, does the fend off.
Oh, he's kicked it to us.
He nearly has kicked it to us, but it's out in front of his teammate, which is good. They can work with that. It's Sissons. He's got to weave one way, weave the other. Now goes for a bounce, gets onto his left foot, kicks it into the forward line. Great go for 5. Great. That's great work there by the young man, positioning really well, and well done to was Sammy Gerbert there, just creating that contest. He's got a little bit of a sore shoulder or elbow or something from that. His arm's a little bit lame there, a little bit dropped down. Is he running towards the bench?
Yeah, he sure is.
So I might have popped just a little in that marking contest, but he got that, made sure it was still a live ball, and Maxie Donegan coming through the front, snapping around the corner truly.
Just read the play really well there.
Great drum too from Donegan. He got around on the right foot and snagged it through. Quality. So
Premier Division, Monbulk are up on Upway. Officer defeated Mount Evelyn. Wanderer up on Pakenham, and Narrewara up on Olinda. Yep. Back down in the middle. Berwick Springs coming through. They've got their hands on it first on this occasion, but good tackling here from Healesville's going to be rewarded or holding? No?
Holding.
Must have got it out. And, it's holding, the man is being paid. They've got a player in Nelson. He's got a good leg on him, this young lad. He finds a player out wide. Of course he does. It's not this side. Should put the pavilion on the other side. Watch we say that everywhere. I Leading player, that hole there. The hole was there earlier when Nelson was having a shot at goal, and Healesville left it open this time as well.
Too easy.
This time Berwick Springs have used it to get much closer to goal. Probably only about 35 out now, and much better angle.
It's Green.
Yeah, 64 with the shoulder tape.
Just to take it back out to 23 points too. Make it a bit harder again for Healesville. The kick is on the way. That's a great kick.
He loves it.
There's the ton as well for Berwick Springs. 15-10, 100 now. And Healesville, 11-11-77, 16 minutes and change gone here in the final quarter.
It's his first of the afternoon, Green, after 2 blemishes earlier.
And a yellow card.
Plus that blemish. Didn't get to play for 15 minutes.
Golly. A little bit of an indiscretion there in the first quarter. That was actually right in front of us, Lockie, you remember.
Yes, I do.
That's when Cam,
I stepped away. I knew it was.
That's when Cam had to scramble out of the box. And I've just got a message in from Aidan Miller. Final score, Beaconsfield 43 to Warrior 70. And he's got his prediction right in regards to best on ground. Mia Sidomersky, best on court.
Playing coach.
Predicted.
Yeah, one of the playing coaches. Balls was, we thought it was going to be a ball up, but it's come out the back there. Cody Anderson gets the handball out, but couldn't be taken there by Amarant. Berwick Springs get it up forward. Comes off the hands of the leading player. He's able to get a handball over as well. Now it's in the hands of Green. Dodges one way and gets back onto his left foot. He's a left footer, boys. You've got to go to his left side. I haven't seen him go anywhere near kicking on his right all day. The Heels will intercept mark and get it back towards Green, and it's too high. I thought that was there as well. And Green will probably get the resulting free kick here. Yes, he will. So whether he'll have a shot at not, or whether they'll just see if they can. He's probably on the 50 arc. So yes, he's just here. It's 45 out where the player on the mark is. So it'd be kicking from 50.
So it's on his approach.
Oh, it's a big high kick.
Jeez, puts them
set up nicely for someone.
Gee, it nearly bounced through the whole lot of them, but went through from behind.
Well, count that as rushed.
Yeah, I'll give it to him.
Didn't make it on the full.
Yeah, well, it bounced through.
Nice. Oh, hey, Nelson chopped off the kick here, the short kick from Healesville. And he comes backwards. Her keys.
I said Hercus. Another pronunciation we've made up. We're having fun though.
Here we are. Green's in there again. Definitely lively up forward. Gets a left foot to that and hits the post. Just bounced and went towards the goals, but not quite enough. 1 goal, 3 now. For Green in the afternoon, but definitely very lively when he's on the field and up forward.
They've coughed it up again, Healesville.
They have.
Biselli's chopped it off there at half forward from the fullback kicking of Healesville.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
Oh, 25, is it?
Is it a... yeah.
It is 25. Not sure what it's for, but...
I paid the mark and then sort of brought him down to the ground afterwards.
Fair enough.
After the mark was paid. Looks to be that description there. Mm-hmm. So Biselli should have the distance.
Mm-hmm. The 2021 Under-19 Premier Division best and fairest winner, Biselli, certain one of the young guns of Berwick Springs coming through right now. The kick is on its way. It's not the greatest of kicks, but he's put it straight through the middle.
The locals like it.
Yeah, the reserves are celebrating their 7th victory on the trot down there too.
That is Biselli's second goal of the afternoon. So that puts Berwick Springs now 16-11-107, leading Healesville 11-11-77. That's probably one of my favourite scores.
Yeah. Start the car. End of time on. Nearly 21 gone, 5-goal margin.
Well, we wouldn't have thought this at this result at quarter time, that's for sure.
Well, no, definitely
completely
not.
different story.
Definitely, the script has been flipped from Really, we're at 2-1 to 7-3.
5-goal deficit at quarter time by the locals.
Ooh, someone's gone thump there on the roof as the ball's back in the air. Yeah, Lockie, I think he wants to go investigate some reason. That's fair enough.
Still recording. He's all good.
Anderson had the footy, got the kick away, and it looks like that Berwick Springs are going to come away with it once again through Nelson. And they're going to be out through that outer side. It's getting a little bit dark here, Cameron.
Yeah,
Mark has been
maybe that's what he's upset about.
Yeah, probably.
The sun went away.
Immediately play on there was Simonson, and he's found a target on the lead. It is good footy. And they're going to go back and have another shot to take them out to either a 31 or a 36-point lead. And it's Thomas Nelson. Probably have to set it out to the right and let it swing like it has this afternoon, Cam, and hopefully through for his 4th of the afternoon. So Nelson's on his approach. 35 out, I'm going to say. Got to kick it out right. Oh, he didn't. Is it held its line? Yeah, did enough. No, he did enough. He's kicked 4. Berwick Springs now have 16, not 17, as it's showing on the board, or is that right? No, that is right.
Yep, no, they updated that. They were 107 before that.
Yeah, no, 17, 11, 113 to 11, 11, 77, 22 and a half minutes gone in the final quarter. It has been 15 goals to 4 after quarter time the way of Berwick Springs, Cameron.
And 2 of those 4 come this quarter.
Indeed, they did.
That's Baselli now jumping up high, getting over the top at Christelli, which hasn't happened for like nearly all season by anyone. And working their way through handball and movement here as Berwick Springs getting it. What a fly! But not nowhere near the footy, but it was great to see.
Oh, yeah.
Is advantage paid? What's happening? No, it's coming back. So, who was that flyer? What number was it? Couldn't quite get the number of the Healesville player that was way before acceptances.
Oh, yes.
Definitely worth having a go.
Green's having another shot here.
Well, it's back to a 10-point margin at Powtown as well for those keeping track in Division 2. That's our closest one currently taking place.
Boy.
The Eagles could see redemption there.
They've
round 1 loss.
They've unlit the flares there at Powtown. The sawmill's safe at the moment. Green's on his approach to take him out to a 7-goal margin. He's kicked it out to the right, and no chance for it to swing back there. I've got him kicking 1-5 on the afternoon.
I've got 1-4. I was nice because I won the drop short, but bounced twice before it went through. I wasn't giving him, especially when it was in a pack.
17, 12, 114 plays 11 and 11, 77, 24 gone. Healesville have brought it out to that side that's seen more football than I've ever seen before at a ground or at a local game. We've hardly seen any football on the broadcast side of the ground, so we've hardly had to say that today, as there's a nice mark.
Front on contact.
Going back with the flight of the footy there. A free kick will go the way of the Titans once again. As it's just still starting to get a little bit dark here. I'll play on now. Here's Hillman. Sorry, I should say that's Barker. They bring the ball back inboard. What are they going to do from here? That's Ousley, the captain. Found a teammate, and they're really starting to slow things down.
Into Baselli now. The handball's off. Now they go forward, but it's going to be intercepted here, and that's why they need to take their time. But Jesse Bates chopped that off for Healesville. He's found a teammate well out wide. They go straight down the line. It's a 1-on-2 against them, and holding was massive chumper pulls there is going to go the way of Maxie Donegan. And he's come around now, he chips in short, finds a teammate in Sissons. Sissons handballs back to Cody Anderson. He's about 50 out. He chips it into the pocket, or he's got a player running through, and that's going to be a free kick for front on contact. That will go the way of Berwick Springs.
I think he might have
it's a coat hanger of the arm.
I think he might have even given him a little clip.
So
that's James.
Macrodamides chips it in short.
Macrodamides. Good, Cameron. Good effort there.
Warren's got it now. And now it's in the better spot for us. Hookies has got it for Berwick Springs, number 1. Chips it short.
Yeah, keep it around here, boys.
I bet you they'll switch at some point.
No, I bet you. Next kick.
Yep.
Next kick. No. Yeah, good boy.
Yeah, they've got themselves in the stat. They want to rack up the stats on the leaderboard here. Lockie gets them in the Premier Data points.
Premier Data points are starting to creep into mine.
What do you reckon Owsley's got now? I reckon
Fletcher.
Owsley will be in the 100. There we go.
Fletcher comes back again.
Dyson just racking them up. He'll be near 200 the way he's going.
He gets it down. He's found that captain in.
Kick it back to Dyson.
Yes, he will.
Kick it back
Now they switch.
There it is. They kicked it to the outer side. Here's back to the meaties. He kicks it even further to the outer side. They're really starting to tease him a little bit now. The handball to Hillman went underground. Hillman's handballing over his teammate. Oh, Hillman, he's just racking up the points himself now. Here's back for the meaties again. He'll go through the middle of the ground. The kick to the
Collette.
Yeah, Collette on the pavilion side. I can't believe it. I actually get to say it. And the kick out in front is just
nice
pinpoint.
movement.
That's class. And the mark has been taken there this time. Well, if you could just turn around by 45 by Jaden Malik and go back to potentially kick.
Powtown within a goal. 100 to 105.
Malik gives it off. Oh, gee, imagine if they win by a point. Then the going off. And then the pub, then you wouldn't be able to get in the pub for the night. Oh. And then you go back to Yarra Junction, the club be quiet. 20 points in front in the last quarter, we lost.
Oh, Warby's got their, I think it's second win of the year on the board. They've defeated Alex, 108 to 78. That's a final score.
Anyway, we got a shot on goal.
Nelson.
Yep. He's
Aiden Variety. Did he make it? Did he make the distance? Yes,
he's
he did.
missed it.
He got 2-2 of the afternoon.
Yeah, I've got him at 2-3 for some reason. Don't know why that is.
So I'm more generous on rush behinds.
Yeah,
Full-time scorer and Linda Fernie Creek have gone down. For the first time since 2018 in the A-grade netball. Now we Warren 8-goal victors there.
What do you think the mood of Tim Smith will be like at this time?
Well, I'm sure Matty Blanchard will get into it. That seems to be the final score siren here as well. And we do have a final score of 17-13, 115 to the home side, Berwick Springs, and Healesville 11-11, 77 fell short today. That quarter went for 28 minutes. We might go back to the studios of Yarra Valley FM for a short break and then come up and sum up the rest of the round's matches and keep an eye on this Powtown Junction one.
Oh.